I'm Meredith Berkman, Shabbat mom, and welcome to Shabbat with a Schmear here at Barney Greengrass with Rabbi Adam Mintz. And this week we are talking about Parshat Acharei. Hello, Rabbi Mintz.
Hello. And the Torah this week describes the illicit, the illegal sexual relations. And one of them is the fact that a man is forbidden to sleep with another man. How do you deal with that?
Well, I will tell you, in the synagogue where I daven, and I don't know that this is done in other places, it may be, and this is a synagogue that is unaffiliated, but it has come out of the conservative movement. When they get, they go through the list of admonitions of what you can and cannot do. You cannot uncover the nakedness of, this one, that one. When they come to that, it is whispered, which I actually find very moving. And correct me if I'm wrong, but based on conservative theology, the Torah would be divinely inspired, given by God to humankind, but written in its time by man. Therefore, the whispering of that law, which is really troubling for, let's say, a liberal modern audience, it's whispered because we no longer accept that as a social part of our social mores, but it's not discarded. And I don't know what is done in a Reform synagogue, or if there are other synagogues that just simply discard it, because it's part of the Bible, and the Bible is divinely inspired. And I think that strikes, to me, it's a very powerful moment. The words are said because these are divinely inspired words, but we don't speak them aloud and give credence to them because we don't accept in our modern society that we don't want to reject people for their sexual preferences or their gender preferences.
That's fascinating. Whispering parts of the Bible that are problematic is an old tradition that goes back at least 1,000 years.
Really?
I had never heard that they whispered this verse.
What were the parts that they would whisper?
The description of all the terrible things that'll happen if the Jews violate the law, that's whispered. As if we don't want God to hear it. You said this was going to happen, but we don't want God to hear it.
Oh, I would think you don't want the kids to hear.
So here, you don't want the people to hear that the Torah actually says that a man is not allowed to sleep with a man. In Orthodoxy, we recite the verse in the same tone, in the same loudness that we recite the rest of the Torah, but we grapple with the same idea. And that is, how can it be that the mores of the Torah are so much different than the mores of the 20th and 21st century? And we don't absolutely have a resolution, and I thank you for kind of introducing me to a whole new tradition of how to deal with that verse.
Well, I thank you I didn't know that about the whispering, so thank you. And a long time ago, weeks ago, I learned about the key and the challah. This has been very instructive. But no, this is a very, I think it must be, there are people, Orthodox and not, for whom this is very, very painful. And that's painful, to know that there are people who feel rejected by this beautiful text that's our gift to the world. That's a difficult thing for anyone to grapple with, I'm sure. But Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.